Okay, I've started sharing.
Yeah. So recording is on, live streaming is on, and with the members that have joined, I think we should make a start because we have had a lot of information to be shared here. And if people keep on joining, I'll keep on admitting them. So, Dhruvil, shall we start? Sangeeta ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Great. Dhruvil, you're there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, I also keep my video on. Yeah. So, welcome all to this GEG Ahmedabad launch event. And here we are today. We are so glad that we have been granted this GEG Ahmedabad. And it's exactly 1 month that we launched GEG Pune. And now we are having a separate GEG as GEG Ahmedabad. So all thanks to Reshma for nominating us and giving us this inspiration to start a regional GEG at Ahmedabad. Thanks, Reshma, for that. And I'm so thankful to Sangeeta ma'am to join us on this event. Dhruvil is the co-leader of this group, and all the invitees are welcome to this launch event. In a very short while, we shall be just starting this thing. GEG Ahmedabad basically will be focusing on spreading about knowledge about Google products and Google activities within the Ahmedabad region and whosoever are there in the community of GEG Ahmedabad. Our main focus would be to involve schools and educators from Ahmedabad or Rajkot or Saurashtra or Gujarat rather to have more members in this group. Slowly, steadily, we shall be revealing each and every chapter of GEG Ahmedabad in a short while. So, are we ready for the launch?
Yeah.
Yes? Yes? Okay. So, Reshma, please go on to the next slide. And here we go. It's 3, 2, 1, go. And GEG Ahmedabad is getting launched.
Yes.
And here's the confetti. Thanks everyone for joining the launch event. Yeah. Continue with the next slide, Reshma. Yes. So here myself, I'm Dr. Vishal Varia. I'm based at Rajkot, and I'm a member with GEG Pune. I'm a member with Global GEG. I'm with a private school here at Rajkot, and I'm passionate about Google technologies, and I'm passionate about EdTech tools. And Reshma, myself, Sangeeta ma'am, Dhruvil, we are all here to start this GEG Ahmedabad chapter. So I'll be leading here, and with me is Dhruvil. Dhruvil, kindly introduce yourself.
Yeah, so hello and good evening to all of you. First of all, a warm welcome to all of you. And so basically myself, Dhruvil Mehta, and I am a IIT JEE NEET faculty at Ahmedabad. I also run an EdTech company known as DEMS Education, which caters the needs of EdTech. And basically, I'm also a member of GEG Pune, Global GEG, and a co-leader with Dr. Varia. So again, a warm welcome. And yeah, thanks to Reshma ma'am. So because of whom we are starting this chapter. So yeah, a big thank you to them.
Yes. So shall we move to the next slide, please? Yeah, so this is Reshma's slide now. Reshma, can you just take over this presentation from here?
Sure. Thank you, Dr. Varia. Thank you, Sangeeta ma'am, and Dhruvil. Congratulations for GEG Ahmedabad.
Thank you.
I heard a lot of thank you, but I would say it's not me. It is just the destiny that just brought us together to start this great initiative that was actually from Google from Education. So with all these changing scenarios in the education world, it is realized that a need for a group, a voluntary group that is required to help educators like all of us who might need to learn, share, inspire, and empower each other. So this is the need of time, and I think that is why automatically we just all came together. So I would just talk about a little bit about what are GEGs and how they are working in India. So when the need came in and we started looking at a group of educators, I came across GEG, that is Google Educator Group. So Google Educator groups are formed by the initiative of Google for Education, and the approval needs to be done by Google. So there is an application form you put in, you have your community. Right now, after a long, so many years, we just decided that let us launch GEG Pune because GEGs are supposed to be city-wise. So we launched GEG Pune because I'm from Pune. If you're from a different city and you are interested, you can start your own GEG if you're passionate. Right now, the active GEGs are GEG Pune. I'm the leader of GEG Pune. New GEGs that are being launched is GEG Ahmedabad, and Dr. Varia and Ruvil are the leaders. And there will be one more launch pretty soon. That is Miss Sangeeta Gulati is going to be the leader of our Delhi GEG. That is also been approved. So I'm excited to join you guys. Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, Reshma, this is also your part.
Yeah. So GEG Ahmedabad, just like I said, Pune was the first GEG, that is the active GEG right now in India. Dr. Waria took over the next initiative because he's really concerned about his community and he really wants to bring in more regional help. So Dr. Waria initiated the second GEG in India, that is for the Gujarat. But it is all over the world. It is not just the community, just that city. You can join any GEGs. Um, the basic intention of GEG is focusing on supporting the educators. So it is a voluntary service. Anytime you need any help, we will be having training sessions as well in that. So GEG Ahmedabad, Ruvil, and Dr. Varia, that is your baby now.
Thanks, Reshma. So, G Suite for Education is a very deep and detailed topic, and we have Ms. Sangeeta Kulati to explain to us what is G Suite for Education, and GEGS, that is Google Educators Group, is a part of G Suite for Education. So, we must first understand what is G Suite for Education so that we can understand what are GEGS. Over to you, ma'am, Sangeeta, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Varia, and congratulations to the Ahmedabad team. So many congratulations, because taking an initiative like this is always commendable, and you would definitely enjoy this opportunity, because you would be serving your community, and that is what I see as a passion in you. So congratulations to you, Dr. Varia and Dhruvel, and I hope GET Ahmedabad supports lots of teachers of Ahmedabad as well as all around India who would join you. So I'll be looking forward to supporting and also joining you in this journey very soon. And just to take off from where I'm supposed to step in, I'm here to talk about G Suite for Education. Many of our schools right now have joined Google as a solution in the pandemic time, but otherwise it's not something which is restricted only to the pandemic. It is something which you can use going ahead as well. So just a brief tour of what G Suite for Education is, how does it help us, what are the core apps, that is what I'm going to present right now. But as promised by Dr. Varia and his team, you would be any educator who is interested in what GGs do would have an opportunity to learn more about this in as the sessions progresses. So if you are an educator who is already using Google solution, then you exactly know what I'm talking about. But G Suite for Education comes as a set of, which we call as a suite of free Google tools. And for us as educator, that really matters. They're all free Google tools that are tailored for K to 12 and even higher education. So it is not limited to the schools. It can be used in and is being used with many higher education institutions, which who are looking for what we otherwise in any education sector look for. We're looking for giving our students a space where they would be collaborating, there would be creativity, there'll be communication, we'll give them an opportunity for critical thinking. So all of that is possible with G Suite for Education. And this solution, which I would call as a Google solution, has been around for many years, and millions of students all around the world and educators all around the world have been enjoying this. So when we look at why one should use G Suite for Education, why should we pick these tools and not something else? Then one, well, yes, anything free, why not? But not only free, they're also for students very, very safe to use. When you open a Google Doc or a Google slide, there are no advertisements popping up and distracting. You can access any work as a teacher and a student from anywhere. It doesn't matter what device, you just log in and you would be able to access all your creativity, all your material in terms of the content that you are using. And of course, the power of collaboration is just supreme. And that is where it brings this whole beauty of taking the education to a completely different level. So what you do as a teaching learning process, it completely changes when you bring such tools into your classroom. So yeah, Reshma, let's move on. So just to give you a brief overview of what we mean by the core apps, you can see these are the core apps of G Suite for Education. The first, you can see the blue and the green and the yellow. So these are our Google Docs, Sheets, Slides, Drawings, Drive, and nowadays we are all loving what Jamboard brings. These are all tools and apps which you can use for collaboration, of course, for individual as well, but collaborate. You can use them for collaboration. Google Keep, Google Calendar is something which you use for managing your tasks, for taking notes, or even sharing resources. And then for a teacher, as you look at it, and for a student, you need a place where everything comes together. And if, as of now, you don't have a physical classroom, you have a 24/7 virtual classroom with Google Classroom. And of course, as a teacher, you would like them, students to somewhere get an opportunity to assess their learning, and you would like to get some feedback. So for all of that, there are Google Forms. And of course, if you are a Gmail user, you already know that you are using and depending on Gmail for communication. And then we have also Hangout Chat and Meet, what you are experiencing right now. Along with the G Suite for Education, you also get you in the sense of the organization, any educational organization that qualifies. There are again minor details. I think in another session you would be made aware of as to whether your organization is suitable enough and does it qualify to adopt G Suite for Education. But when you adopt G Suite for Education as an institution, you also get a power to administer all of these apps and various rights all across your members, whether you are faculty or students or administration, with just a one click somewhere, not actually going into 30 or 100 devices separately, but everything is handled at the back end with the Chrome admin panel. And that itself is the beauty. When you're looking at using any tool with the students, the security is very important. It is very important for us to be able to decide what our students use and what is more appropriate for them. So that is an overview of it. Also, considering I was given 10 minutes time and I wanted to use it all, I'm going to give you a very short tour of some of these core apps, starting with Google Drive. Nothing is going to be done till you know what Google Drive is. And if you are a G Suite for Education user, then you get unlimited storage. And who doesn't want a storage space that never gets filled up? So upload all your recordings that are covering your drive, and you have that accessible everywhere. Google Docs. There are so many features of Google Docs. You can have change the layout, you can insert images, there is an explore button. So within the Google Doc, you can do the research with the students. You can have a collaborative document prepared with your students right then and there. And then, of course, the collaboration happens because you are able to share the doc with the different settings. So you can choose all of that, and that is, amazing with the Google Docs. And also the voice typing. Who doesn't, love to just talk and not type? So Google Doc allows you to do that voice typing. So definitely this is something that would be useful for each one of you as you start using the Google tools. The next that we have is Google Slides. So if you move over to the next one, Reshma. So Google Slides are the presentation apps with beautiful features, or you can change the layouts, you can add animations, you can insert images, and you can also insert audios and videos. And you can have different settings for videos. We are depending so much on the video content at present. How do we take that to the student? The safe way, that would be through the Google Slides. So there are so many things that you can learn with that. And of course, Google Sheets. When you are working in an environment as a school environment, you need to get data. And what do you do with the data? You need to analyze that. So all the features of a worksheet can be used here in various format, and you can definitely learn and use this very, very effectively with your administration. Next we have, if we move to the next one, is a Google Drawings, a much lesser known app, but Google Drawings are amazing. When you want students to create mind maps, concept maps, you can also actually add a Google Drawing into a doc and make a simple Google Doc turn into an amazingly interactive space for your students. So go ahead and try Google Drawings with your students. Give them an empty Google Drawing as a template and let them create. And Google Forms, the favorite of all the teachers, because, well, who doesn't like, an auto corrected test? So that is amazing. But not only that, but getting a feedback from there. So create quiz through Google Forms. Use images. If you have younger children that you are teaching, use images and create assessment for them. Share content through a video, perhaps through Google Form, and let them watch it and then answer. So many amazing possibilities coming up with Google Forms. All of that comes together when you look at using it under the umbrella of Google Classroom, because how do I take this content to the students? So we can create classrooms. We get the students join in, very simple, no major complicated steps involved. And then assignments can be created, which can be collaborative, could be individual, and it opens a whole world of possibilities for you. All of these come together under the G Suite for Education, and there are many more. But right now, this was just a short tour for you to understand, in case you are not familiar with what G Suite for Education is. So I hope GAG Ahmedabad will take more deep dive into each one of these apps in the coming weeks and months, and you will all get more enlightened for that. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to join in today and share all of this. It's really a privilege to be part of this team.
Thank you so much, Sangeeta ma'am. It was so insightful to actually see what G Suite for Education can do in the classrooms and beyond.
Yeah, thank you, Sangeeta ma'am. It's actually our pleasure that you're with us today on this day of the launch. And yes, as Reshma said, it was very insightful for us to learn all these products. And yes, we will be taking up one by one every module, slowly and gradually as per the needs of the local region. Yes, Reshma, it's your turn again for the next slide.
Yes, thank you. Before that, I would like to welcome our global GEG leader, Abid. So,
Yes.
Abid, if you are here, we would like to hear from you after a couple of minutes.
Yeah, welcome, Abid. I'm so glad that you have made it to the launch event. And yes, you have a role to play today.
Thank you, Reshma and Dr. Vishal. Yes, I was a bit touch and go because I had some commitments, but
yeah,
that's sorted now. So
I'm glad you made out of the commitments and you got a little space for us. Thanks very much. We are honored to have you here.
It's great to be here. I just tweeted to say Geg Ahmedabad is quite special to me because that's where my mother was born. So yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. If you have a couple of minutes more, I'll quickly introduce Global, and we would like to hear more about Global GEG from you. Okay. So just like I introduced myself, I'm Reshma, and I am a leader at Global GEG. Now, what is Global GEG? I joined Global GEG a couple of months back when I realized what great things these people are coming together. They are just educators like us with a passion to help the community. So it's a global team of voluntary Google Educator Group members who help inspire Google education communities. There are any educational communities from US and any other countries. So Abid is joining us from UK. And this just makes the world smaller. So anywhere anybody needs help, they come together, help each other. I learned so many things from Global, and I decided that I should be a part of it. It is just because I learned, I want to share now what my learning is. I want to inspire more educators around. So Global GEG is a community which even helps you set up your own GEG. It can help you reignite if you already had a GEG, but it is now down because everybody gets busy. So reignite the GEGs. They can also help you with professional development activities. And also it just gives you a bigger space. So if you feel you're expert at anything and you want to share with the world, Global GEG is there that gives you space to help you with this. So the next slide, basically, we have a founder of Global GEG, Stephanie, who couldn't join us today, but she sent us a video.
So happy to say welcome to all of you, and a special thanks to Dr. Vishal and Reshma, who are GEG Global leaders with us here. I am Stephanie Rothstein. I am one of the founding members of Global GEG, and we are a group that has come together to help support Google educator groups all over the world in not only launching, but then having successful events and planning professional development and supporting educators everywhere. It's a big task, and we can't do it without local GEGs that are really doing all of the big work. And then we're here to support you in that. And we're here to help provide professional development on a larger scale, where we can come together with groups and people from all over the world to help and support in similar missions. So from all of us to all of you, welcome. We hope you have a wonderful launch today, and that is the beginning of much more greatness to come. And you are in great hands with your wonderful leaders and a great group who is really enthusiastic about bringing information both to you and to your entire region, and in helping to make some positive change happen. So again, thank you, congratulations, and I hope that this launch is the beginning of much, much more. Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Yeah, thanks, Stephanie. So glad to have your video. Stephanie couldn't join because of the time zone. Reshma is also in that, but Stephanie made a video for us, and for this we are thankful to Stephanie. Yes, Reshma, please.
So I would like Abid, if you can talk about what GEGs do and some of the very, very little bit of work that I could just gather and put it on one slide. If you would like to just discuss more about Global, that would be great. Thank you.
Sure, no problem. I just realized I didn't really introduce myself. So my name's Abid Patel. I am one of the founding members of Global GEG. I'm also the leader of GEG UK, and I'm an IT director here in London. Yes, my parents migrated from India in the 70s, and so they moved here to London in the 80s, which is where I was born. I haven't been to India for a while. The last time I came to India was the year 2000, so I can't believe it's been 20 years now. So hopefully someday I can come again soon when we can all travel. But yeah, a bit about me. I'm a Google certified trainer. I'm also a Google certified innovator, and Global GG basically started from the connections we made through the Google Certified Innovator community. I did my innovator last year in London in 2019, and then I collaborated and met with some of the other founding members. So you've got Stephanie Rothstein, who you just saw. We had Stephanie Howell from Geg Ohio, Leslie Altman from Geg Mid North Coast from Sydney, Australia. Got Bonnie Chalette, who's from Geg Louisiana, South Louisiana, and then we've got Luis Pertuz, who's from Geg Barranquilla in Colombia. And so we've never met in person, and we collaborated online. We became friends around October, November 2019, and we were just, at first it just started with a bit of just fun banter, just talking and just talking about the innovator community, how much fun we had and how it's brought us together. And then as things went on, we looked at I became the leader for GEG UK in January, and I reached out to the fellow founding members and I said, look, will you give me a hand relaunching Geg UK? And we launched that, and then we decided to do a few events here and there, and then COVID-19 hit and all of the lockdowns happened, and then we started doing more and more events to support educators from all around the world. We had the EdTech Smackdown in March, which was a huge event with over thousands of viewers live, which was a really, really fun event. And then from that, we just started to get more connections with more GEGs, and more people were reaching out to us and saying, can you help support our GEG? Can you help support us launch our GEG? And it kind of just grew exponentially, faster than any of us could have ever imagined. We were all collaborating together, and so when I was doing my posters, I was putting all of the logos of the different GEGs around the world, and someone else would come and say, I'd like to be a part, could you put my logo? And I'd like to be, and soon enough the entire poster would become filled up with logos for GEGs. And I said, this is getting ridiculous now, why don't we just do Global GEG? And then we reached out to Mei Ju from the Google for Education team in California, and she loved the idea, and we officially launched Global GEG in May, on May the 1st, and we've basically kicked it off from there. Really, we've grown so big. We're covering so many GEGs around the world now. We've got lots and lots in America that we've launched. We've got quite a few in Europe as well. And also lots of them starting up in Asia and the wider APAC region. And we've had some really huge, really successful events. We had the bootcamp, the level 1 and 2 bootcamp that we did in June and July, where we hosted the level 1 and 2 bootcamp over 3 days. And I think we've had well over 30,000 views on the bootcamp. And that we've had so many people who've become certified through that. We've hosted at the height of lockdown, we were having events almost 24 hours a day on all sorts of G Suite tools and all sorts of complementary Google tools. We did the Global Educator Junior Training Series, which has had, I think, over 75,000 views, which is for parents and students, and very short bite-sized 90-minute clips on how you can do really simple tasks with the G Suite tools, and that has been humongous. You can see there that Stephanie has now launched the Global Educator Series, which is supporting more and more teachers with who are still working hybrid and distance learning. We've got so many events, I can never keep up. All I will say is go to the Global GEG website and follow Global GEG on Twitter. There are so many events on there that you'll be able to see for what we've got. Yeah, we're always welcoming more and more leaders to help expand our community and really become global. So please do visit the Global GEG website. It's globalgeg.org, and congratulations to Reshma and Dr. Vishal for launching Geg Ahmedabad. Yeah, can't wait to connect with all of you guys more and more.
Thank you so much, Abid.
Yeah, thanks, Abid. I'm so glad to have you again. And Abid, I got one typical question for you. Can I ask you?
Yeah, sure.
Abid ne Gujarati આવડે છે?
મારું ગુજરાતી ખાસું કાચું પાકું છે.
કાચું પાકું છે. That's great. That's great. Chalo. This is the true launch of Geg Ahmedabad. We have Global Geg speaking with the language of Ahmedabad.
And that is
great.
what I believe technology can do. None of us
Yes.
have met in person, but we just connected together because we had the same passion. And just like Abid mentioned about Global GEG, exactly when I was in the middle of my transition because of the COVID-19, I started looking out for help around watching videos, looking at YouTube, and this is where I connected with Global. I would be like more than a teacher. I became a student during my summer vacations. Like the whole day, I would be watching all the insights and all the training sessions that Global was doing. And I would say that was my thing, that there is so much in the world that people are ready to offer. So, and that is free. It is just our initiative that we should be ready to learn, to absorb, and then move it forward. That was my passion, that if I learn something, I want others to be able to gain that knowledge. So thank you to Global. You guys are doing a phenomenal job, actually.
That's very true. Yes, Reshma. I mean, can we have the next slide? The next slide,
Yes.
I suppose, was basically for Abid. Abid is already taken up. So
Yes.
next is Dhruvil. It's your part now. What is Geg Ahmedabad and how to join it?
Okay, so basically, as Dr. Varia has said, Abid Bhai has said, and also Reshma ma'am has told, basically we are GEG Ahmedabad. This is the second group, and most probably the first. This is the first group for Ahmedabad, and this will be regional terms. Like we want to empower more and more people from Gujarat to use the to use the G Suite tools, to use the Google tools, and how it can be beneficial in the classrooms. So basically, most of us think that Google tools are most useful for administrative part, or I guess for the school leaders. But as a teacher, as a classroom teacher, I was using these tools from last 2.5 months now, and I can tell that it is more useful for the teachers, because it is the best thing that teachers can have. Like we can have a Google slide, so we don't have to rush for many things, search for the content. Now it's the introduction of Jamboard, right? So from Jamboard, we can directly connected it with Google Meet, and we can have our whiteboard on the screens. So basically, if you are in or around Ahmedabad, or if you are an Indian teacher, typical Indian teachers, so I request you all to join GG Ahmedabad group, especially to the Gujarati teachers, right? We are having so much of fun with the Gujarati language, and we are going to communicate more and more in Gujarati in these terms where it comes to GG Ahmedabad, right? So it is more of a regional group of GG Global, right? So basically, this is about the Global GG, and also apart from this, we have a form which you can fill up, and you can be a member of GG Ahmedabad. We are asking you, all of you, to fill this form and be a member of GG Ahmedabad. Apart from this, we have a badge to offer to all the peoples out there who is joining our group. So you can get one GG Ahmedabad group, which you can put it in your signature, and it can be again a very good thing for the teacher, for the young joinee teacher, or a teacher who is in their training part. So this is about the GG Ahmedabad, and something about how you can join the GG Ahmedabad group. So yes, basically it is not about just filling the form. You can always connect us with the social media. You can connect us on the Twitter. We have a Twitter page of GG Ahmedabad. We are having a Facebook page of GG Ahmedabad, the Facebook group of GG Ahmedabad. All the links has been shared down on the chat. We also have a WhatsApp group. I basically communicate more on WhatsApp and Twitter nowadays rather than Facebook, as most of our Indians and Gujaratis are doing. So yeah, we have keeping that in mind, we have created all the sorts of social media. In whatsoever social media you are active, like WhatsApp, maybe on Twitter, maybe on Facebook groups, you are doing more part of things. So you can come and join any of them, or all of them. I recommend it to join all of them, and also the GG Pune group too. So yeah, we are also bringing the website and YouTube channel. Again, we are more using of YouTube. We are using more and more YouTube, whether we are a student or a teacher. So yeah, YouTube channel will be a plus diamond for you, and obviously a website will be there where you can always get all the things out there as the global GEG, as the GEG Pune is having. So Ahmedabad is soon having this website. So yes, let's connect over there and have some fun in Gujarati, as well as we'll connect some of the global GG leaders and from India and from global GG to learn more of Google tools. So yeah, that's the thing from GG Ahmedabad.
Yeah. So basically, the media is for people to connect with us, and we will be sharing some cool stuff on this media. So some tutorials or some kind of tips and tricks that we find it proper to share with our group. So if you connect with us with this media, you will come to know about all these tips and tricks and some kind of this educated stuff. And media is only for the purpose of communication and connection. And the form link is being shared here. So I would request that people who are interested to join with us or become a member for GEG Ahmedabad, do fill up the form so that we can form a Google group, and accordingly, whenever the next sessions is planned, we can share the information about the next session, and we can remain in connection with all of the members. We have an add-on for the membership, that anyone who fills up the membership form will be provided with a membership badge, as Dhruv said. The badge can be used as a signature or as a say image that you can put it up on your social media. So when you are an official member of GEG Ahmedabad, you receive this badge, which will be useful to you for promoting yourself or promoting your profile. So Reshma, is the next slide.
Sir, I want to add one thing more over here.
Yes.
Most of the teachers, like young teachers, I basically want most of all are young for in terms of technology. Like in post-COVID, we are the ones which are using more technology. So for the all new teachers, I want to say one thing in Hindi कि भाई ये सब बहुत सारे courses अभी available है कि आप online करिए, ये करिए, वो करिए, and that provide this resource, 50 से 60 अलग-अलग resources आपके पास वो provide करने के लिए वहाँ पे. So you can again come to GEG group. First, एक तो फ्री वाला मतलब पूरा फ्री वाला इंटरफेस, दूसरा ग्लोबल लेवल की ट्रेनिंग, एंड द थर्ड थिंग इज टोटली क्या होगा कि वन टूल विल हैविंग ऑल द एक्सेस, लाइक सिंगल लॉगिन, जैसे संगीता मैम ने बोला सिंगल लॉगिन से सारी चीजें होगी. सो दैट विल बी अगेन फॉर द यंग टीचर्स, और मे बी आई कैन से हम सब यंग ही हुए इन टर्म्स ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी, सो वी कैन यूज दैट in terms of technology. So this is the basic part I want to add over here. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yeah, so that comes the concluding part of our presentation today, our launch event today. And I'm so thankful to everyone who joined here, specifically to Reshma, Sangeeta ma'am, Dhruvil, special video from Stephanie, Abid, who has joined all the way from UK out of his commitment. I personally thank him for joining us for this event. And yes, for this wonderful audience that have joined, who has spared time on this Sunday holiday to join this particular event. So GEG Ahmedabad is now an official entity. We are here and we are live. We will be slowly and gradually declaring all the sessions that we will be keeping, whether it be Google Classroom or learning about Google Docs or Google Slides or Google Drawings, or even working out with tools like Google Calendar, Google Keep. Right, so we have got plenty of things to share with our region, plenty of things to communicate, plenty of things to collaborate. We have good people with us who has got a lot of expertise with them, which can be shared over this media. So a warm thank you to everyone who has joined this session, and that's all for the launch event. Can we have the last slide, Reshma, please? We still have people joining us. The thanks one, yeah, 23rd. Yeah, so basically, this is again to give the credit to, yeah, thank you one and all. Yes, we can go to the last slide. So this is again a credit to be given to this Slides Mania. This particular template, what you see here, is been provided by slidesmania.com, and the image is by Unsplash. So we thank them for providing this wonderful template to us so that we could make this presentation lovely and presentable. So here we are at the end of this launch party. Again, thanks one and all who has joined this event. spared their important and valuable time. We have just launched and we are to start. We have launched in a very little haste here, and we would like to continue with work as soon as possible. We'll be slowly, we'll be shortly giving out a poll in coming days where we could be finalizing particular days of the week where the trainings can be provided to all the needed people, needed educators. We would wish to grow our community in Ahmedabad and Gujarat. So here I make this event an open one. I request everyone to share this group images or say to this group connect invites to all educators in your contact, and let us have GEG Ahmedabad a happening community for Google, and let us try to match with the world that what people are doing in the world, and let us learn from each other, right? So here I thank one and all again. Thank you very much for this event and this evening. Yeah, Reshma, would like to say anything?
Yes, I would like to say thank you, Dr. Varia, for taking up this initiative and Dhruvil supporting him for GEG Ahmedabad. I'm sure after GEG Pune, we have been having sessions every weekend. Abid, I would like to tell you, it's just been a month. And the response that we got was amazing, because we realized we really need somebody and a group to help guide the educators. Even we are learning so much from the professional educators that joined us. So there is always a learning and sharing that is going on. And I'm glad GEGs in India are growing. We are reaching out to local communities, so a language barrier should not be a problem. So any language you can talk in, we are open to take up. There is always somebody who knows that language. India has like thousands of languages. So we want to reach out the regional communities more here. We have new GEG coming in, and I would not spill the beans right now, but we have a great leader, trainer, Ms. Sangeeta Gulati with us. And even when I didn't know anything about GEG, she was already there in this space, so doing all this great work. So I would like to say thank you to Sangeeta ma'am as well. And it was excellent launch, Dr. Varia, and good luck to you and Dhruvil. And we will still keep working as a team. And all the events and everything, let's get geared up. Thank you.
Thanks, Siobhan, again. And before we just end up this meeting, that I would like to put up this question to the audience, that if anyone would like to have any question answered, any doubts to be solved, we still have around 10 minutes with us. So if anything is there, we can take it up. Or else you can reach us on our social media handles that we have shared here. So all I want to say is, આગે બઢો, લોન્ચ થઈ ગયું છે, કામ કરવાનું છે, અને હવે આપણે આગળ વધવાનું છે, right? Google is there to support us, right? Google is investing very much in India. India is a very high potential, and if we start early, we start better. So we got lot many things. Every time there is a new update coming. Every day there is a new update coming from Google that they have added this value addition to this particular tool, and there is lot many things to learn. So it's high time that we shift ourselves from learning the basic utilities of Google and grow ahead to level 2, level 3, and continuously to become a IT-enabled education sector in India. So, right. So this is all.
I would also like to, I would also like to, because we did not take up the topic about getting Google certified educator, becoming a Google certified educator. So we will be discussing more about these, the steps, what are the requirements, how you can be a Google certified educator level 1 and 2, then be a Google certified trainer and an innovator. So we will talk about it in our coming sessions. And all these tools that you learn and you use, you will be just being tested on those tools, and just to show that you are a proficient teacher who can use all these tools in your classroom and implement it. So we will be taking up really exciting sessions to empower each other in this.
And lastly, I would like to add to Reshma what she said, and I would like to take Sangeeta ma'am into this. That yes, Google for Education is a very great initiative from Google, and we are also going to take how to enroll G Suite for Education, and all the educators or all school leaders that are going to join us, we can help them to enable G Suite for Education for their school. how to register with them, how to administer the tools, so that we can start working with Google. It's really very good, and the basic thing that it is free, and they've made it free, and not only free, it comes with bundle of other utilities, unlimited storage for Google for Education, and many things that which is not available as a single user if you are just a Gmail user. So G Suite for Education is a wonderful thing. I would just like to comment, we at Rosary School have been registered with G Suite from last 3 years, but it's only due to this pandemic situation that we explored all the different models of G Suite. And here we are to help everyone who wishes to have G Suite for their own school, for their own environment, for their own classes. So yes, we are done with today's meeting. If anyone would like to say, got 2 more minutes. Will any message?
I think Abid wanted to share about the Innovator program. So Abid, if you are here, we still have a couple of minutes. We would like to hear your experience about it.
I was just going to say, I mean, feel free to reach out to anyone who is interested in the Innovator program. I will say it is the best professional development experience you will ever have in your entire life. It is truly a life-changing program, life-changing experience. All of the efforts of Global GEG exist because of the Google Certified Innovator program. It's a program where you need to be a Google Certified Educator Level 2, and then once you become Level 2 certified, then you can apply for the Innovator program. What the Innovator program is about, it's about finding a challenge in education that you feel needs to be solved, and then what you do is you propose that challenge, not the solution. You propose the challenge to as part of your application. So what normally happens pre-COVID times is you have academies all around the world. So last year in 2019, you had English-speaking academies in Sydney, London, Singapore, New York, and Sweden, and then there were some foreign language academies. You had Spanish academies. There was a Japanese academy in Japan. There was also a Portuguese academy in Brazil. And so what you do is you find an academy that is near to you, and what happens is you can then send in an application, and as part of the application you propose a problem that you think needs to be solved, and then you show your passion for education, what you're doing, and then your application gets graded, and it gets graded by previous innovators. So for example, someone like myself, and then if your application is good, then you'll get selected hopefully for the program, and then you can take part in the Innovator program. And what they did this year, because of COVID-19, all of the in-person academies didn't happen. So this year they had the first ever virtual academy, VIA 20, which was a virtual academy full of 78 innovators from all around the world. There was an innovator from India, Yogaraj Patel. He was also part of the academy. And it was a very nice in-person experience. It was very inclusive because the biggest challenge is paying to get to an academy, but obviously with it being virtual, there was no burden in terms of cost and stuff. And normally the academy is 3 days long, but the virtual academy was 8 weeks long. So we've now come towards the end of the academy. Next week is going to be the graduation ceremony, and some of the project solutions that some of the cohort have come with are really exciting. And I would really recommend everyone to first get yourself level 2 certified, and then hopefully next year when they announce the academies, hopefully we might have some in-person academies, but if we don't, then we'll probably have another virtual academy. Definitely follow the Google for Education team on Twitter. Follow Andrew Caffrey, who is the program lead for the Educator program, and then look out for the workshops. They have application workshops where they can support you with your application. and then good luck for your application, and hopefully you can get selected and then go on to inspire so many other communities, not just in India but around the world.
Thanks, Abid, for this wonderful information. Yeah, we have a long journey to cover. Look, being Google Innovator is not an easy task. And I'm sure when you are there with us, I think we can march ahead with this journey. So here we conclude today's meeting. Thanks everyone for joining us for the launch event. And yes, GEG Ahmedabad, go ahead, march ahead. The road is clear for you. Start planning the sessions. Dhruval, let us plan it out and let us roll out the sessions shortly. Yeah, so everyone be connected and remain updated. Thanks everyone for joining. You can start leaving the meeting.
Thank you, sir. All the best to the team. Bye, everyone.
Yeah, thanks, ma'am. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Ms. Sangeeta. Thank you.